Welcome everyone, it's Vapors to Dragomar. It's time for some more Raid Shadow Legends. We are going to be doing the last of the llama stuff. I basically I auto-farmed this all, but because this is the last episode before I get the llama for this and have to go to the event. Let's make it a good one, shall we? Before I have to pack up the PC and go. Because yes, today I have to pack up the PC and go. Doesn't help that to this day fighting Ice Golem 20 is incredibly slow. But it's the only one I do for the points. Are these waves easy to deal with? No. And that's part of why it takes me so long, because I don't have a seer or another form of like wave clear. That is the reality, the dark reality of the matter. Also, the dark reality of the matter is I do have to leave. It's so hard to really do what I'm trying to do. As I had to ruffle through all of my stuff. Soon I have to pack up the PC and go. And that's just the bitter reality of it because of some of my relatives really badly want this house. And not only do they really badly want this house, if I'm to have this house, they have a whole bunch of ultimatums that I simply cannot meet. And because of this, I have to go. And it's very annoying. It is very annoying. So as we're fighting these enemies for the last time, I will be doing more Elder Scrolls later. But I wanted to get this llama for the limited time event. And I might not be able to post. Well, I'll try to post this video, get the last items in the car, and then hope it posts before I was doing some advanced quests. I can't do all the advanced quests because I have to leave. And that's generally gonna put a damper on things. Besides, I can only get the fusion for one account because it's clear to me that this fusion is hard enough that I can only really get it on one account. So I have to choose wisely which account. And that's the bitter reality of it. Because I can't select this fusion for every account. Because I can't. What you don't see is how many times I fought this Ice Golem. I autoed this Ice Golem a whole lot before. Like all day. And even if I did it manual, it would be even harder. And I couldn't do it manual because I had to pack up an unbelievable amount of items. I had to pack up all my game consoles. All of, like a lot of stuff. It's the reality. I had to pack up a whole bunch of things all day long. And, it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. Will this take a while to do? Yeah. Like, will it take a while to recover what I'm trying to do? Yeah. But it's just one of those events that casts along. Because remember, I have a huge... Well, okay, for those of you who don't know, I have a very large gaming collection of console games on top of PC. Like, a very large collection. And, because of this, it's actually very difficult to fit all of it in one car. Because there was a lot of previous generations of consoles that I used to play and games that you guys have not... You haven't seen a lot of them in the recent past, but they're definitely still there. And then I had to pack up some books, and then I had to pack up the Potter series. Like, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you actually get into the nitty-gritty, it's a lot. One thing that's very aggravating about this boss is to try to keep Occult Brawler alive. Now, Occult Brawler is useful in this fight because he's normally, if he stays alive long enough, he puts poisons up that allow this boss to die quicker and more reliably. Because by just putting burns up, it only somewhat dampens this boss. And the problem is that my Occult Brawler is built for accuracy. It's not built for... It's not built for, like, resisting things, so it's very difficult to make this work. This boss can be very ruthless and unforgiving. Especially when it comes to putting debuffs up. It's one of the reasons why the fight against this boss on this account actually does not have a 100% success rate because of how brutal this boss can be even to people like Demetha. Hopefully we'll just beat it and get this over with and it'll get me the points I want. Because that would be, you know, nice of it. Not that the game wants to be nice to me. It doesn't necessarily. Trying to whittle away. Too bad that didn't block revive. I was just trying to figure out when that was going to block revive. Because that skill does block revive, by the way, if it comes off. But it did not. This is not my best run of it, but it's all I can do, really. This run without Occult Brawler alive is significantly slower and less reliable. The only good thing about a cult brawler is he doesn't really, he puts damage on the boss, right? Without the boss really retaliating about it. Because he doesn't really smack, he just keeps stacking poison on it. And by doing that, you can damage the boss without the retribution hits. So that's what a cult brawler is all about, is this slow and steady damage without without the retribution hit. See? That's what he does. And there you go. Perfect. I timed it perfectly because I had 2,000 points saved up, right? So now we get a llama. 2,250. Finally get the, or whatever. We finally got our llama, right? Yeah, we got our llama. I had to do advanced quests here. Guess I can do more arena. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it because again, if I see points and I see a way of helping out my Great Hall, I'm gonna do it, you know? I'm gonna do it. 'Cause the problem is that when you're building your Great Hall, right? You need a way to just get medals quick. 'Cause without these medals, you you're gonna have problems. Now I can show you what I've been doing to try to get the next llama. I've been farming this on auto, which is a far less glamorous task. Now I can show you it on manual, but yes, I have yet to find a solution to Mashald, and I'm not gonna try right now because I have to pack up soon, believe it or not. And I don't have time to mess with that, you know? I can try to get him to 48. My Templar. Maybe Templar is the answer to Mashald, but he'd have to go in high resist gear to avoid his block damage getting stolen. Because remember, Mashald steals buffs. He doesn't just buoyantly stay there. He steals your buffs. Straight up. He'll steal them. Do we have a sacrifice prepared? We do. We need one more. I'm going to take... Okay, we got 5 llamas. I'm going to get rid of one of the... some of these extra rares and stuff. Mainly because I've got too many. And, this is going to be a problem. As you might have guessed, this might be a problem. I guess I could go to his own ship to try to get stuff with that. Okay, I got him to 48. Um. So we got these three. Okay, first things first. This is the champ training tournament. I'm trying to make this. This is probably the least interesting part of this whole video is the champ training tournament, but I'm trying. Hell, I'll even spice it up a bit. Because again, I'm not going to be here. So I might as well spice it up. Because I'm not going to be here soon. And just to reflect that further, I'll even get rid of one of these dupe epics. I have too many. I have too many Fialjas. I just have too many. I don't want to build like 4 or 3. I only want to keep a dupe. I don't want to have this many dupes. I have dupes everywhere. And the thing is, a lot of these dupes do me no good. Like, there'll be like a third one out, and I'll have just a dupe instead of... And they're not even dupe legendaries. They're like dupe epics, or... And there'll be like the third one out, and it's like... Really? I don't want to build that. They're not even that good. It's just... It's a mess. My situation is a mess in general, and I have to try to get it under control, you know? I can't have this many... I can't have this many nut bars, you know? I've got to try to limit how many I have. But yes, this is the I have a dupe Tyrell. Man. The only like, here's the thing. War Chief is a non-dupe. It's not like I wanted him. Alright, so... I'm going to help out my second account and my third account for the finale. Because I haven't been attending to them. And it's unfortunate, but the reality of the matter is I really had to work hard today on a lot of stuff. Start with perception artifact. Let's break this down piece by piece. Well, since this account is not even endowed with everything, what was the mission? Oh, I haven't even done my daily quest. I'm slacking. Oh, I'm slacking so hard. I'm slacking so hard today. 'Cause I'm tilted from the oh wait, that's a bad idea. That's a Kyoku. That's a bad idea. We'll be there all day. Just have faith. We'll be there all day. I don't need to be here all day. Oh, we're probably dead. We're probably dead, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. We are probably dead. Or going to have a very miserable time. Okay, at least they had mercy and finished me quickly. 'Cause that would have sucked. Okay, so this isn't easy, and we're probably gonna die again. But again, this account isn't really in the best shape, and I need to finish the daily anyway. So we're going to be losing a fair bit on here just so I can get the quest done, because I don't care at this point. I just need to have my daily quests done because I'm a moron and didn't finish the daily. I can't believe that, but the main reason was because of the move. Me having to move away is tilting, and it prevents me. The psychology of it just, it destroys my state of mind. It just does. I haven't been thinking, because I have to move all this stuff. I have to look for it. I even have to pack up my computer. Ugh, it sucks, man. And all because they want some dumb stuff from this house. It's like, really? I mean, it hurts, man. It really does. I knew they were going to go quicker. That's why I didn't even bother to put Cecilia in here. That is why I didn't even bother, because I knew that if we went second, which I was predicting we would, that Cecilia would die. That's what I was predicting. She would die straight away and do nothing, which is not something that I was looking forward to. See, by having Rosin and Drex, they can survive the onslaught, and by doing so, we can live and win. Which would be preferred, you know? I'm not saying we can win all this stuff, but it would be preferred to at least attempt to win this stuff, which we probably won't after she gets the turn. Okay. Campaign boss 3 times. This is literally me just trying to clean up business, and I'm already probably in trouble for trying to do this. I mean, I'm just gonna have to do the daily quest and leave it. There's no way I can get around, like, there's no way I can get around doing all the stuff. I have to prioritize, because I'm gonna have to leave soon, and there's no way around it. I've tried negotiating. I've tried everything, and it's failed. And because it's failed, I don't know what to do. Like, because it's failed, because the negotiations have failed, I have to now prioritize on what I gotta do, you know? There is no getting around. There is no getting around this situation. I only have 2 llamas in here because I haven't really been... Okay. Still need to do the mission. I'm playing with fire right now. Literally play, basically, well, not literally, but as much as playing with fire figurative can be, that I am doing that as we speak. So yeah. Three campaign bosses. You can tell I've been focusing one account when quite literally I haven't been. I've also been leveling him because I need Templar for Bommel if I ever want a chance going back to Bommel, because I know that I don't have a chance in hell of beating Bommel on this account without the Templar strategy. The Templar strategy is specifically designed to, as I beat Queen Eva because I'm happy that I got her. And I'm going to go to this boss. Good old Mashal, the champ I still want and don't have to this day. Don't know why the game had to give me the only legendary, and any of the 3 accounts I managed to hatch was a freaking war chief. Yes, he's a boss of this campaign mode, but I want this guy. Man, I want him. Come on, game. And I guess to honor the fact that I got him, we can fight war chief. Now, Beauregard has his own purposes. Beauregard's purpose, as you might have guessed, is to... What's Beauregard's purpose? Is to resist stuff. To stop bombs. To stop debuffs from ruining my team. I often use him specifically to stop my skills being locked out. And he's useful versus... See, he can't even provoke again. See? That's the use of Beauregard. That's why Beauregard is good. For those who think it's like, he's not good. He is. He is good in that way. I did earn something from what I'm not sure. Okay, I got that. I'm not getting the llama, that's for sure. I'm getting some gems, which I desperately needed on this account, as this account is going to be doing the brunt of the work during CVC. Like, the brunt of it. Because then... Then there's this account that has severe issues. And the reason it's tilting is because I can only do so much to maintain these accounts. It's just the case. Make 4 artifact attempts. Could do it on this War Maiden. Let's just try to get to 16 if I can. Good. mean, I've been doing some champ training on here. But see, the rough part about this account is that even if I get the daily quest done on it, which again, I'm very consistent on daily quests. I am bitterly consistent if I can be. It's just today of all days has been a bad day for me. It just has been. Like, it's been a bad day for a lot of reasons. And because of that, what I can do is limited. Hence why this account has so much freaking energy on it. Because I've been too busy trying to grind the other accounts. That's the problem. That is my problem. And I would 6-star my my other champs. I would 6-star them if I had the time today, but I just don't because of the fusion. Ultimately, and that's why. If this fusion wasn't on, if this fusion wasn't going on, I would be perfectly fine. But right now, I am in a terrible place because it's not just the fusion, it's the fact that I have to move. I have to freaking move. I have to move all my items, and leave, and it's infuriating. Like, I know you guys don't think it's infuriating, but okay, consider the following. Okay, first get some poison on you. Aha, perfect. Because Padma is good for defeating Paragon. That's what Padma's good for. That is what Padma is good for. Just trying to deal with the daily quests, because at this point, it's literally all I can really do. That's all I can really accomplish right now. The thing that's annoying about this defense is it's only really intended to be an irritant. Or to defeat people that don't have half okay arena squad or something, but my arena squad's alright. It's not fabulous, but it's alright. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do that now. Because I need wins. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. However, I have an advantage. Can you spot what the advantage is? Well, I don't think I can exercise it, but it's possible. It was almost. It's fine. That was close. Okay, no, I got the mission done, so that's the real important part. Because the real issue is I haven't done any of these missions. And that's the issue. I haven't done any of these missions. We'll just use a brew to clean this up. Keep in mind, this is the last you're going to see me doing this game for a while. Or any game, because I have to go. That is the grim reality of the matter. Cleaning all of this up is not as easy as it sounds. It really isn't. And the reason I want to clean up these bars too is because I want to make sure that I have bars at all times whenever I'm getting, because like, here's the thing, some days I can do all the advanced quests, you know, I can do the game like a lot, like I can get all the stuff done, but today I can't, so I have to try to prioritize what do I want to have available. So my priority is to make sure I have the bars and to do the daily quest for that other account. Do the daily quests at least. I can't really do the advanced quests right now because time is not on my side. It's not. And I need to have as many of these bars as humanly possible, because when an account gets or needs Drexthar, I can't afford the account to just not get it early as I can. So in order for me to rush this, I have to continuously chip away at okay, this guy is gonna take too long, so I'm just gonna skip him. I'm sorry, but I don't have time to screw around. If I had time to screw around like I normally do, I wouldn't care. But today I actually have something I have to get done. So because I have something I have to get done, time suddenly starts to have a meaning. That's the thing. I have a lot to do. So yeah, today is a bit of a bad day for me because of that reason, because I actually have to do something that is not involved, that does not involve Raid or Elder Scrolls. I have to actually move and then set up a new base of operations, and then we can chill. But right now, I'm in a very bad climate. In fact, I may even get in trouble just for doing this. That is what situation I'm currently in. I'm not in a great place. we go. But the reason I'm doing that ultimately is for the bars for the tournament. Not the tournament, this bozo that comes up in 3 hours that I'm probably going to miss because I'm going to have to set up my internet again. And I can't do all of this anyway because today is the move day and I'm not going to be able to do any of that. So I'm sorry if this is a bit of a disappointment, but it's the bitter reality. It is the bitter reality of moving. Because normally I've got time to kill to do this, but not today. Not today. And I guess what I could do as a finale to this episode is to try to shove an Arbiter mission. Because, yeah, I don't have a lot of time today. I can't just screw around with quests all the time. Like, I normally can do that, and can do that with aplomb, but not today. That is just the reality of the matter. Okay, so we're going to start with some Magic Cape. We're going to start with the first keep that does superiors and go up from there. So the first rule of thumb when it comes to these bosses is to... Ooh. First rule of boss is to try to attack the ads, the sides, and as you go up, as you'll see, I mean, I have to prioritize on missions, and Arbiter mission is probably the biggest priority I've got. Because I've got to try to do this mission. Because I have been delaying and delaying and delaying the mission. And... I have been messing around too long. So, yeah, I need some more regular potions to mix up into better potions. This may seem silly at first until you grasp the enormity of what I'm trying to do. Because I don't see... Once you get the block buffs on her, you want to keep her under control. Oh, wow. That was a nice one shot. Alright, what can we mix is the real question. What can we mix? Because, yes, I do have to mess around with Magic Keep. I don't know. I'm just feeling weird in the mind right now. The main thing I'm actually doing this for is to try to avoid the superiors, even though it's the first difficulty with superiors. Keep going. Because the thing is, I now realize why they were asking me to do so much Magic Keep. Because mixing 10 potions actually requires a lot of magic potions. That is the bitter reality. Let's keep going up. There's a reason I'm trying to mix all this up, is because I have that mission. Please. There we go. That's gonna stop her in her tracks. Ooh, that was a nice smack. Nice clean hit. We're gonna go up the ladder to slowly try to get better potions. Because it would be optimal if I just got a bunch of the non-superior blue ones rather than a brew or more of the littlest potions. That would be better, right? It doesn't help that he has the she has the shield. The shield is very aggravating to deal with. The block buffs helps keep it off. Keeping her shield off is key to defeating her. Either stealing it a lot or blasting it off. That's key. It's a pity that the chances for better potions, like even the greater ones, not even the superior ones, is actually extremely low. That's a bit of a shame, if you think about it. If you really think about it. Hard to harm her behind that shield, honestly. At least one thing is for certain, she can't heal. So there's that. Oh, now she has no buff. Now she's terribly vulnerable. And now she's not again. Cool beans. There we go. It's off. It's off. Good. This was not the best run of this version, but it's when the version starts to get difficulty of, like, in the later stages. We got an ancient. I'm not going to complain about it because I'm pretty bloody low on ancients after that pull, to be honest. I'm pretty bloody low. Yeah, no. Normally I'd be kind of annoyed about ancients, but not today. All right. Now the reason that ancient shards is so valuable in some instances is because if you're lucky enough, you can get something maniacal from them. You can get legendaries, and some of these legendaries are really good if you can get them. The question always remains, can you get them? That's the question. And it's not an irrelevant question because the odds from shards are not great in the best of times and really bad normally, which is why you always want to wait for shard events for opening shards, because you don't want to slow them when you have less of a chance to get them necessarily. And believe me, raid does boosted chance events a lot. So there's not really one thing you eventually learn when playing raid is that raid never runs out of boosted events. There will always be another boosted event. There is no worlds unless raid is actually ending. There is no worlds that that you're not going to get another shard event. Quite seriously, there is no way that that is not the case. I guess I'm just going to leave it at that. And, yeah, I am not in a great situation. Just want to point that out. Because what I can, I mean, it's not, like, what I can do today is not, it's limited. I'm just going to put it like that. Normally, I would screw around with Arena like a madman, but not today. Not today. Like and subscribe. I work unbelievably hard on this stuff, even on my bad days like today, where I have to move all this stuff. Like, if you take a look, I had to take all of that away. All the TV, all of that. And that's just a start. This computer's next. And that's why I'm recording this anyway, because I won't be able to do it for a while. Because I have to set up a new base of operations and then find internet for it.